Hello, my name is Dr Garth, and my brother Matt has asked me to be here today to tell you all about cell biology and mutations. Now, everybody has millions and billions and trillions of cells in their body. Cells are what make up every part of our body, our blood, our muscles, our nerves. There are lots of different types of cells and different components. But today we'll be looking inside the nucleus. The nucleus holds all the important genetic information. Genetic information is what makes us. See, me and my brother are identical twins, which means, Matt, get out of the way. Which means our DNA is almost identical except for some small mutations. Let's take a look inside the nucleus at these things called chromosomes. Basically, chromosomes are very tightly wound strings of DNA. DNA, which is deoxyribonucleic acid, is the instructions for what makes us, us. Each section of DNA is called a gene. A gene holds the genetic information and determines one specific characteristic for the person or an animal. These genes are passed from parent to offspring. You might have heard somebody say, it's in their genes, like, Dr. Garth, you're so good at tennis, it must be in your genes. But actually, I just practice very, very hard. Just fogging up a bit here. Generally speaking, because there are some exceptions, but every person or creature gets two sets of DNA. One from the mother, one from the father. Your DNA combines these two sets of DNA into a long chain of different protein bases. When the DNA is being copied before you are being born, sometimes there are mutations that occur. There are four main types of mutations: deletion, insertion, substitution, and duplication. I'm guessing you could probably guess what each one is. Mutations may be bad for an organism, or neutral, or benefit the organism. Sometimes mutations are fatal. The protein made by the new DNA does not work at all and causes the embryo to die. On the other hand, evolution is moved forward by mutations, when the new version of a protein works better for the organism. For example, think about a giraffe. Many, many years ago, giraffes used to have short necks, and they used to eat the vegetation that was low to the ground. But then, some giraffes had mutated genes which gave them a longer neck. These giraffes would actually survive better and pass their good genes, their good, more favourable genes, on to their offspring, and therefore giraffes' necks grew longer over many, many generations. If you're wondering why animals have adapted in certain ways, it is because of these mutations. Mutations that allow the animal to survive better and have more enviable genes. You might have heard the phrase survival of the fittest. Well, the fittest animal is the one with the genes that will best help it survive.